Hello, welcome to Hankins Custom Rifles, Hank's Precision Gun Parts, and another episode of Hank's TV. Today is Friday, June the 21st. It is 6 o'clock. We have wrapped up working for the day here in the shop. It's been a while since I've made a video, but we've just been super busy. I've taken on a couple extra projects outside of the shop. We're doing range improvements. We're extending the range. We're making it wider. And I've been down there quite a bit here lately, but I've got a video I want to bring to you guys tonight. I hope you'll watch the whole thing. For some of you guys that own a business and you're in the same type of business that I'm in, it might benefit you to watch this video and understand what's going on. If you're the consumer, it might help you to understand also what's going on for the business owners. So we have problems in this country, and I can't solve them. You can't solve them. Nobody can solve them by themselves, but if we was all to get together and make some changes, we might be able to solve a few of the problems. Okay, so it's just gotten so bad, and I'm not here to preach to you guys. I know most of you all have the same mindset that I do, or you wouldn't be watching my videos. I'm sure there's going to be a few, I'm not going to use any names, but I'm just going to call them people that's going to watch the video, and they're going to think that guys like us are crazy and we shouldn't be allowed to do what we do. But anyway, that's not where I want to go with this either. What I want to tell you to do today is a little story about business. So I think it was in 2019 when I opened Hank's Precision Gun Parts. I got an order right off the bat. I hadn't been open a week, and I got an order for 2 Vortex rifle scopes, 5 to 25, 50 millimeter PST2s, $1,000 a piece. Okay, so hey, I was excited. I boxed them babies up and pew, they were gone. I shipped them out of here the next day. Well, a couple days later, I got an order for 5 jewel triggers. I remember this, plain as day. 5 jewel triggers, $250 a piece. Oh, I was excited, so I boxed them up and pew, I shipped them out of here faster than a Nitro Express shipping at Midway. They were gone. A few days later, I get a letter in the mail. The Vortex scopes that were purchased with a stolen credit card. So the credit card company that the person that was stolen from, they take the money back out of my account. So I lost the $2,000 for the scopes that I shipped. The person that had their credit card stolen didn't have to pay the $2,000, and I'm glad they didn't. They shouldn't have to. That's not where I'm going with this, because if it had happened to me, I wouldn't want to pay for it either. So the credit card company is doing what it should be doing, is protecting the customer, their customer. They're not protecting the merchant on my end. So it's not like insurance where, you know, it's covered under an insurance claim. It's just taken back from the merchant, which was me. So I lost $2,000. They got their money back. I'm glad for that. The scammer got the rifle scopes. Okay, so I called the police department, and this was up, I believe it was Minnesota. I called the local department there, the police department, and I said, hey, I got a little problem, maybe y'all can help me out. I had 2 rifle scopes ordered. It was delivered to this address. I have a delivery receipt. I've got delivery confirmation. I've got everything you need. Could you send an officer over there, knock on the door, tell the people that there was a package delivered here by mistake, see if you can't recover my $2,000 worth of rifle scopes, and or arrest those people for using stolen credit cards. So this officer was nice, and he goes into this story and he tells me, sir, this happens all the time. He said the people that live at that address are not even the people that ordered it. The people that ordered it used that address. They're watching, sitting down the street, watching for this to be delivered. It's probably set on their front porch, and they're porch pirates, okay? So as soon as that package delivered, they run up on the porch, they grab the package with the 2 rifle scopes in it, and they run off. And the people that live in the house come home, they get their mail, all their stuff's there, and they're never even the wiser, didn't even know that they were involved in a crime. So of course I'm mad. I lost $2,000. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Cops don't want to do nothing about it. You know, they don't want to do anything. So a couple days later goes by, I get another paper in the mail saying that those jewel triggers that were purchased was purchased with a fraudulent stolen credit card. And they took the money back. So I did the same thing. I called that police department. I can't remember where they went. I called them. Same story, run around. Yeah, we don't have the resources. We can't do anything. All right. So the only thing I can do as a merchant is write that off the taxes as stolen product. I guess it's about the same as these stores now, that people just walk in the store and they steal whatever they want. They can go to Walgreens and steal a tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush if they brush their teeth, and most likely they're stealing beer and whiskey, but they can steal whatever they want and they can walk right out. The merchant can't do anything to them because they'll get in trouble. They can't hire security guards to do anything to them because the security guards get in trouble if they beat them up or stop them. Then, it's just, this country, fellas, is gone to hell in a handbasket, and it's gone there fast, because 15 years ago this place wasn't like that. 10 years ago it wasn't like that. 5 years ago it wasn't like this. So unless guys like me and you that are watching my videos will stand up and voice our opinions and vote Donald Trump back into that White House, because if he don't get in there and this yahoo we've got in there now gets back in, we ain't gonna live 4 more years. We can't sustain what's happening here for 4 more years. All right, so back to my story. I'm so mad about losing almost $3,500 in the first 2 weeks of my business being open. I've lost more than I've made. Now, you guys think about it. If I paid $200 a piece for those jewel triggers and I sold them for $225, I have to sell 10 triggers just to break even for the one that I lost, or whatever the number is. It's astronomical. It's almost impossible to recover it. All you can do is write it off as a loss and move on. So I called my credit card company and I told them, I said, hey, this keeps happening. What can we do? I mean, anybody can buy something from me and it's fraudulent credit card. I can't wait 2-3 weeks to ship the product. My main thing is to be fast on shipping. You order it today and I ship it tomorrow. And, I can't wait 3 weeks to see if there's going to be chargebacks. So they have this thing called a billing mismatch. So if the billing address does not match the delivery address, it throws up a flag. And I have to manually go in and review the order and approve it. All right, so from 2019, when I first opened the business, to 2024, I haven't had any more problems. I found a few that were fraudulent. I found them on my own because the billing didn't match the delivery address, and then you call the phone numbers, and the phone numbers, nobody answers the phone. Okay, so I don't approve the credit card, and you never hear anything. The customer never calls and says, hey, where's my item? The person that's going to never calls and says, hey, so-and-so ordered something and they're going to send it to me. I haven't got it yet. Can you tell me where it's going? where it's at, so that never happens. So you know, if that don't happen, it was a fraudulent charge, and they say, well, that one didn't get through. All right. So up until last week, never happened. I never got ripped off again. But I recently hired a new girl to run the office, and her job is to come in every morning, log on to the website, print out the receipts, all the invoices that look like this. She prints these invoices out. She copies and pastes the delivery address into my Word document and prints out an a address label. Then they get passed off to the other guy that pulls the orders and puts them in the box, and all he does is stick the address label on the box that goes with that order. He takes them back in the office, gives them to her, and she runs them through the shipping and puts a shipping label on them, and boom, they're out the door. They go out the same day. 90% of my orders go out the next day. If you order it on Monday, it ships out of here on Tuesday. If you order it on Tuesday, it goes out on Wednesday. If you order it on Friday, it'll go out next Monday morning. I mean, we're pretty much on it here with shipping. I don't think anybody in the industry beats us. If you order something from Pacific Tool and Gauge and it's in stock, it's going to take you 2 or 3 weeks to get it, because they're not in a hurry to ship stuff. I don't know. Maybe they waiting on chargebacks. Well, back to the story. Up until a couple weeks ago, this never happened. But we got an order, and I didn't review it personally because I hadn't told her about this yet. We hadn't run into it. And it's just something that you live and you learn. You don't know it if you don't know it. So, not mad at her, not mad at the guy that packed the order. I'm not mad at myself. I'm mad at the system because nobody wants to do anything about it. But I come in, I get my mail the other day, and I got this letter in the mail from my credit card processing company. And it says case number on here. This is a notification of a Discover First chargeback initiated by the issuing bank. Reason, fraud card. Okay, that's all they tell you. $327.49. There's a reference number on here. There is a transaction number on here. Everything I need to know is on this piece of paper so I can look it up in my records. So I look it up in the record. I pull the invoice, and here's the invoice. Perfectly good invoice to somebody that don't know any better. So if you look, the billing address, the person that ordered it is a Mahila Babis, and they live in Munster, Indiana. And it's going to an Annalisa Rao, something like that. I can't even pronounce these people's names because they're not Americans. And it's going to Rancho Cucamonga, California. Now, triggers in this country can't be exported without going through the proper channels. You can't buy a trigger from me if you live in England or Asia or Afghanistan, which is probably where these are going. This is Taliban, this is terrorists buying these parts with stolen credit cards, and they are exporting them out of the country so that they can put them on their weapons over there to kill our soldiers. Or they're using them right here in America. They're building high performance custom rifles with 2-ounce triggers in them so that when they say go, these guys are all ready to go. So I know we all better be ready to go too when they call it's time to go, because it's going to happen sooner or later. It's going to happen. It's coming, fellas. Mark my word and get ready for it. It's coming here. It's coming here to this country where we live. It's going to be inside our borders. It's coming. Nothing we can do about it. So I sit down and I call the phone number for this Makila Babis, and that phone number, I'm waiting. Sorry, phone can't be completed as dialed. All right, so that's a fake phone number. Then I call this Annalisa Monahall or Monterall or whatever it is. I call their phone number. Sorry, your number can't be completed as dialed. So they're fake phone numbers. If I had seen this before my office girl seen it, before the guy packed it and shipped it seen it, and I seen it, I would have said, hey, wait a minute, this looks funny. And I would have called those phone numbers. Nobody answered. We would have never shipped this trigger out. Well, this trigger got shipped. It's gone, it's lost, it's $327.49 out of my pocket that went out to a terrorist, Taliban, whatever you want to call them. And there's nothing I can do about it. Can't get my money back. All right, so Wednesday morning, let's back up just a second. So after this happened, I had my girl in the office, and she sat there right there with me when I did all this research, and I told her, I said, anything else like this happens, you can come and get me. Let me see what's going on with the invoices. Okay. So Wednesday morning, she comes and gets me. Hey, we got one of those funny looking invoices. What we got? We got a Trigger Tech Diamond trigger ordered. And it's ordered from a Maria Leal in San Antonio, Texas. And it's going to an Ocgen Heo in Newcastle, Delaware. Now, I haven't shipped this yet. It just came in Wednesday. I ain't shipping it. I'm not going to ship it. I'm not going to lose money on this when I caught this one. But what I did do is I called the Newcastle, Delaware Police Department. And I got a detective on the phone. It took me 2 hours, guys, to get a detective on the phone. I called him and called him and called him and talked to him and talked to the wrong person. And he said, call this number. I called that number, and they said, no, that's out of our jurisdiction. Call this guy down here. Well, I called for 2 hours, and I thought about videotaping my phone calls, setting the camera up and just videotaping the whole thing. But I didn't do it, and now that I didn't do it, I wish like hell I had done it, because it would have made a good video, I think. Some of you guys might have liked it. It might even went viral and gotten hold of Fox News, might have picked up on it or something. It might have made national news, because this stuff needs to be national news. Everybody needs to know what's going on in this country. So let's back up a little bit. I get this detective on the phone from the Newcastle, Delaware Police Department. And I explained to him what's going on. Hey, I run a business, high performance gun part business in Kentucky. And I have these scammers that buy parts from me on occasion, not regular, but it happens. And they always buy parts that can't be exported. They buy the rifle scopes, they buy the triggers, they try to buy gun barrels, they try to buy all kinds of stuff that can't be exported out of this country. So they buy it, they get it shipped to Delaware, they're going to wrap it up in a blanket or who knows what, box of chocolates or something, and then they're going to ship it out of this country. And there it goes, it's gone. No export tax, no nothing. So I'm telling him this story, and I said, hey, I haven't shipped this yet. I'm going to ship it to 1119 Casey Drive. He looked up the address. Yep, that's in our jurisdiction. I'm looking at it right now. I got an area photo view. It's a nice house. He says, I'll tell you what, they're not even going to, the people that ordered this don't even live there. He said, they're just going to wait for it to get delivered, and they're going to run up and steal it off the porch. I said, yeah, I know that. I've been told the same thing by other police departments. I said, but now we're ahead of the game. We haven't shipped it yet. They haven't stole it off the porch yet. I could put something in a box, put a tracking number on it, send you guys the tracking number. You guys can track it the same as the customer's doing, because they've got a legitimate address, but it's a Gmail. So as soon as they get their item, they just go in, they cancel their Gmail address, because there's nothing, you don't need anything to create a Gmail address, which is another thing that's screwed up in this country. If you can't prove who you are, you shouldn't be able to get a telephone number. You shouldn't be able to get an email address. I mean, for crying out loud, you got to prove who you are to buy a fishing license, but you can buy all this other stuff and you don't need jack shit. Just go get it and create crime and commit fraud. Don't get me upset. I'm going to calm down a little bit. But as soon as they get the product, they delete the email address and create another one the next time this thing goes through. But I told this officer, you guys could nail this guy. You could catch him. It would be so easy for you to catch him. Well, you know, we're not really sure that there's a crime committed. He said maybe this Maria Leal that lives in Texas is this guy's girlfriend, and she's sending it to him as a birthday present. I said, come on, do you really think that's true? He said, no, I don't really think it's true, but in the court system, he said, we got to have 100% proof. We can't just go arrest somebody for getting mail out of his mailbox. I said, you're not arresting somebody for getting mail out of his mailbox. You're arresting some towelhead for stealing something out of somebody's mailbox that he doesn't even live in their address. That's a felony right there. You're not allowed to open somebody's mailbox unless it's yours. Well, he says, we really don't have the manpower to do that, and we'd have to stake out this mailbox. I said, you don't have to stake it out for very long. I'm going to give you a tracking number. It's going to tell you it's to be delivered between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Friday the 27th or whatever day it's coming. I said, it would be so easy for you guys to go catch this man and export him. Get rid of him. No, we can't do it. He said, first thing you'd have to do is call Texas. You're going to have to get a hold of Maria Leal and tell her that her credit card's been committed crime, fraud against, and does she want to press charges? If she don't press charges, then we can't go no farther. That's what he's telling me. If she does press charges, then we got to go to the court. We got to work with Texas because it happened and stolen in Texas, used in Delaware. We got to go to the courts. Everybody's got to get together and shake hands and say, yeah, we're going to do this. And by that time, 3-4 weeks has gone by, 6 weeks has gone by. These people now, they've wrote this off. This deal ain't going through because they're already reary. They're already on the edge. You know, they're already wondering if this ain't here in 3 or 4 days, then we're just going to forget it. So it just makes me mad. Nothing we can do about it. You got a cut and dry case. You could be sitting there waiting on this guy, and they don't want to do it. They would rather sit down at the Dunkin' Donut from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., eat their donuts and drink their coffee, and then go sit out on the interstate and pull over some guy that's trying to get to work because he's going 12 miles an hour over the speed limit, and they want to know why he's speeding because he works at the railroad like I used to. I'll use this for an example. And if you're late, you get rode up. And if you're late 3 times, you get put on probation. If you get put on probation 3 times, they fire you. Okay? Well, let's just say this guy's like me. He lives on the other side of the train tracks. And the damn train breaks down. And he's sitting there. He can't go nowhere. He can't do nothing. He's got a train sitting on the train tracks. And now the train finally moves, but he's already 10 minutes late. And if he don't make up 10 minutes between now and 7 o'clock in the morning, he's late for work. All right, and then you get some jerk of a cop that works at the Delaware Police Department, city cop. He pulls him over, keeps him on the interstate for 15 or 20 minutes, finds out that he got nothing against him, no warrants are, he's perfectly good fella. Writes him a speeding ticket. Now it's going to cost him $175. And he's late for work. And he's got to tell the boss, I'm sorry I was late for work, got caught behind the train. Well, boss don't care. Should have left earlier. That's what they would told me. Should have left earlier. I'd like to tell them, well, you should maintain your train so that they don't break down on the track and hold up people like me trying to get to work. But it don't matter because we're just one little peon guy that nobody cares about. So we could go on and on and on with examples like this. These cops can do something, but their hands are tied. It probably, you can't blame it on them. You got to blame it on the system. The system is broken, guys. We just got 2 girls I've been watching on Fox News today. 2 women that's been murdered by Mexican gotaways. Why? Because Joe Biden let them in here. His policies let them all in here. And now they're killing our girls. They're killing our women. What are we going to do with these guys when we catch them? They've already caught them. They've got them in the jailhouse. They're sitting there waiting on arraignment. They shouldn't even still be alive, fellas. And I know most of you guys think like I do, but nobody wants to say anything. And I have to be real careful with my words because my video will get censored. And I'll get a community strike on my YouTube channel, and that'll cost me my monies. My little bit of, I make $25 a month on my monetizing on my YouTube videos. So I have to be real careful with what I say. But we need to change our laws in this country. We've got people, and I understand our laws was written 244 years ago. But 244 years ago, we didn't have the technology that we have now. We didn't have the video cameras. We didn't have the DNA. We didn't have all the stuff. I mean, last year, it was on video in New York City, I believe, of a group of men, 18, 21-year-old men. They kicked this lady, an old lady. They pushed her down in the street and kicked her until she was practically dead, broke her ribs, to steal her purse. What'd she have, $20, $30 cash in her purse? They had no regards for this woman's life at all. They were going to kill her for that purse. They caught these guys. They put them in jail. They let them out of jail the next day. No bond whatsoever because New York's so screwed up on their laws up there. They just let them out of jail because they don't have any place to keep them. All right. Well, this was all caught on video camera. So what kind of evidence do you need? If you're caught on video camera, kicking the dog crap out of somebody, going to kill them for the money in their purse. It reminds me of that verse in the old Hank Williams Jr. song, for $43, my friend lost his life. And there's people out there that would kill you for $43. So why, as citizens, red-blooded American citizens, why do we put up with it? Why do we keep allowing it to happen? We let these gang members rape our daughters, kill our kids, and sell drugs. And why don't we change the rules? Change the rules. I'm not saying we can just go out and start annihilating these people. But if you change the rules and they know what the rule is and they break the rule, then they suffer the consequence. So here's the rule change. Simple as this. If you hurt somebody with no regards to their life whatsoever, then we'll have no regards for your life whatsoever when we catch you. Now, it has to be an easily proven crime. Got to be on video camera, which there's video cameras everywhere now. Every street corner in New York, every street corner in LA, every street corner in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. They all got video cameras. So if you're caught on video camera beating somebody up in a subway and you get caught, we ain't taking you to jail. We're not putting you in prison. You ain't taking no more money out of my wallet to feed you 3 meals a day and give you a place to sleep and a gym to work out in and a cable TV to watch whenever you feel like it. I mean, come on, people. When's it going to stop? And nobody wants to say nothing. And I'll probably get in trouble for saying it myself right here on my YouTube channel. But when's it going to stop? Whatever you do, come election day, go vote. Go vote for Donald J. Trump, because if he don't get back in there, we screwed. We are screwed, screwed, screwed. Gas prices are up, food prices are up, everybody knows it. They want to write it up as JB's doing a good job, and he's not. He's only padding his own pocket. We all know this. I don't need to preach to y'all no more. This video's getting long. So we're going to get down to back to this. Oak Gin Hio is how I'm going to say this. Oak Gin Hio. It's the only way I can pronounce that name. He's going to get a package, and we're going to pack it up right now for him. So if I could send him COVID in a box, I would, but I can't. I don't know how to do that. We'd have to talk to Fauci. So I've got an empty trigger box, and if I can open it now that I put these gloves on. It got no trigger in it. I used it today on one that I put together. And I followed my little buddy Lapua around today, and I picked up his droppings. Alright? So right there it is, fellas. That's a real dog turd. I'm putting it right in this box. I'm going to smash it down in there nice. And I'm liable to get in trouble for even doing this. Alright? Put it in there. Okay, now I'm going to put this in on top of it. We're going to cover it up. I'm going to put this in here like this. Can you all see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see. Let's pick that grass out of there. Throw that back in there. I'm going to put this in there where it looks like there's a trigger in it. I'm going to close this lid. I'm going to put this back on there. Okay, I'm going to take these gloves off now. Throw them away. I'm going to put that trigger in this box. I'm going to tape it up, and I'm going to ship it to Oak Gin Hio. And see, these here's our little shipping labels that we stick on these boxes so we don't mix them up. So everybody gets the right box. When the guy packs the orders, he sticks it on the box, and then she makes the shipping label for it in the office. So I'm going to ship it because I can't get the cops to do nothing. And Oak Gin Hio is going to be sitting there. Let's see, today's Friday. It'll go out. I'll ship it tomorrow, Saturday. He's probably going to get it Monday or Tuesday. And he's going to run down and he's going to rip this box open. He's going to look at it. He's going to get in here and he's going to think, oh, good, I got him again. And he's going to open it up, and there's going to be a dog turd in the box. Now, there could be repercussions against me even. It might make the Taliban people so mad they might come after me. They might send somebody down here to wait on me to come to work in the morning. But that's just a chance I got to take, because I'm shipping this dog turd to 1119 Casey Drive, Newcastle, Delaware. And if any of you guys up there live in that area, you can drive down there and check it out. But he's going to get this box with a dog turd in it, and I'm going to ship it. So that was my video for Friday night. I know it's pretty long. I hope you guys have watched it to the end. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I hope the merchants, the guys that's in the business like me, don't get taken by scam artists like this. And you guys wonder why I don't answer my telephone. My phone rings 30 times a day, and more than half of them are scams. So I just don't answer the phone. If you want me and you need to ask me a question, you must send me an email, because the scammer's not going to email me a question about a gun. He just ain't going to. But they'll call you and ask you if you need to borrow money, or if you need a free leg brace for do you have Medicare insurance? We can give you a free leg brace. Buddy, I'm not old enough for Medicare. What are you even calling me for? They don't care. They just call random numbers trying to get you to give them some kind of credit card number. and they get that number, and man, they're gone. They're buying triggers with it. That's probably how they got this poor little lady's phone number, credit card number right here. They probably called her up and said, hey, we got this special deal for $12. We can get you a lifetime membership for something. Okay, well, I can afford $12. And that's how it goes. And this country won't do nothing about it. We could do something about it. We got agencies that can track this stuff. Why not track this guy down and catch him instead of letting him go and do it again? Because he ain't going to get caught next week. He's going to get the dog turd. He's going to run home, open it. It ain't going to be what he wanted. He's going to throw it down and cuss and scream and get mad. But he's going to go right out, steal somebody else's credit card. Might be yours next time. So be careful. Don't give anybody your credit card numbers if you don't know who they are. Nothing through the internet, nothing through text messages. Don't do it. Be smarter than that. Don't do it. But this government could shut all this down simply by, like I said, with the telephones. If you can't prove who you are, you should have a driver's license, an address, an electric bill with the address on it. Hell, I wouldn't even say show them your birth certificate and your social security card in order to get a phone number. And if you ain't got all that, you don't get a phone. Because I can go get a phone. I don't need nothing. I can use that phone for a week or two and, scam a bunch of people, and then I just throw the phone away, quit paying the bill, buy it by the minute, or however they do it. I don't know. I've got the same phone number that I had when I got my first cell phone. 1997, I got a cell phone. It's the same phone number. Never changed it. It's the same phone. It's the same internet provider. Same cell phone service provider. I've never changed that. So we got to do something, guys. Get out there. Go vote November. Get it done, because we can't keep living like this. Taxes are high. Inflation's high, interest rates are high. Small businessmen just can't hardly make it. They're killing us. Absolutely killing us. And then everybody is so daggone liberal in this country. I had to cover up my stuff in the background. I didn't cover it up because I didn't want you guys to see it. There's nothing there that you ain't seen before. It's the same stuff. Maybe a few new ones, a few other ones have gone. They've been replaced with something else. I covered it up because YouTube asks you a question. Does your video contain blank? And if you say yes, then they throw a flag on you about your monetizing. So this time when they ask me if my video contains blank, I can honestly say no, it does not. They're not. You can't see them. They're not there. So my video can get monetized. And I hope you guys will share this video. Share it with every Republican that you know. Share it with your Democratic friends too, because they need to know what's going on. It can affect them the same as it can affect us. We don't all have to be on the same page to want to live in a good, clean America. Because right now this is not the America that I grew up in. And I'm not that old. I got another 30 years I hope to live, and if it keeps going like it's going for 10 more years like it went for the last 10, man, is it going to be bad. Our kids can't get jobs, they can't buy houses, they're still living at home with their mom and dad. I know people that have 30-year-old kids, 2, 3 of them. They're still living at home in the basement with mom and dad because they can't afford a house. But on the other hand, they can afford a $1,500 iPhone, and they can afford a pickup truck, and they can afford a bunch of tattoos, and it's all in priorities. And people's priorities are in the wrong place right now. And if you can't afford it, you just get on the government system, and the government will buy it for you. But things have got to change, fellas. That's all I got for this video. It's ran probably way longer than it should have. And I could preach to you all night, but I know I'm preaching to the choir because most of you guys think exactly like I think. But what we got to do is all of us like-minded thinkers have got to get together and stand up and stick together and make a change. We can't make a change if we don't go vote. So whatever you do on election day, go vote. Tell the boss, I'm coming in late, I'm leaving early, I'm going to take off the whole day, whatever it is. I'm not deer hunting, I'm not going fishing, I'm not going to do nothing but go to the polls and cast my vote for Donald J. Trump. And if you don't do that, and he don't win the election, and the country goes to hell in the handbasket over the next 4 years, don't blame nobody but yourself because you didn't go vote. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate a thumbs up on the video. I hope you guys will share it. I would like to see this video go viral. It probably won't because it's too long and boring and nobody wants to hear anybody bitch and complain, but that's all I've done in this video is bitch and complain. But it is going to be funny to ship this box because it's going out tomorrow morning with crap in the mail. All right, fellas, till the next time, thumbs up. We'll see you later.